Marcus Hayes, Fight Hub TV, with my guy, Mr. Benavidez Sr. Mr. Benavidez, what's going on? How you doing?
Man, we're here in LA, super excited with the fight with Valenzuela against Pitbull for the world title, so couldn't be better, man. Super excited. Don't miss it tomorrow.
Unbelievable matchup, Valenzuela, Pitbull Cruz. It's been a little while. Pitbull Cruz, I remember one of the press conferences that we had a couple of years ago, these two kind of exchanged some verbal back and forth. There were some tough stares, and a lot of the fight fans were hoping that these guys are going to fight. Here we go, a day away. How excited are you guys?
You know, we know that Pitbull's a great fighter. You know, he comes forward, he throws a lot of punches, and he's proven himself to be a good fighter. Maybe like about a year ago, 2 years ago, we wanted to get that fight when both of them were undefeated. He was not interested, but thank God now he gave us the opportunity to fight for the world title. So we're super excited. We know it's going to be a great fight. It could probably be the fight of the night that could still show it, because these guys are two Mexicans coming for everything, and you know, both of them have a lot of pride, and I think it's going to be an exciting fight.
And when we talk about Pitbull Cruz, everybody naturally talks about the power and just the straightforward attacking style of Pitbull Cruz. How do you think that Valenzuela gets around that on fight night?
Yeah, no, we seen what people could do. Like I said, he's a great fighter. You know, he comes forward, he throws a lot of punches, very hungry, you know, and but it's time for Rayo to show up and show the world that he's the best at 140, and he's going to show it tomorrow, and I think he's going to come victorious. I believe that Rayo had a great training camp with Robert Garcia. We're working together now, and I think he's, man, having Robert Garcia in the corner, it's a plus also. So I'm super excited and super happy that we decided to do that, and we got a great team.
And speaking of Robert Garcia and the guys from RGBA, I spent time in the camp with Rayo Valenzuela for this fight, as well as Robert Garcia. Meticulous game plan. Talk to us about the effect of Robert Garcia on a guy like Rayo Valenzuela, and the way that the game plans are created.
Yeah, you know, we were talking about the game plan with Robert Garcia. You know, we all sat down and thought, you know, what's best for this fight, and we had the same thoughts, you know, so that even make it more special. I have a lot of respect for Robert Garcia. To me, he's one of the best trainers in the world right now, and nothing better than to work with him, alongside with him, and super excited. There's no doubt in my mind that Rayo is not going to win this fight. Rayo's going to come victorious tomorrow. It's going to be an exciting fight, and I want to tell everybody to tune in to watch this fight. It's going to be a good fight.
Main event, Terrence Crawford and Israel Madrimov, 154-pound supremacy on the line here. Talk to us about Terrence Crawford moving up to his fourth division, looking for another title.
Yeah, that's another great fight. The whole card is stacked with good fights. That's another good fight there with Terrence Crawford. You know, everybody's trying to look impressive, you know, because we got new promoters here and new people that want to invest money on the fighters and have a lot of shows. So I think everybody's kind of like a competition. Everybody wants to look spectacular, and also in order to get another big fight.
When we talk about big fights, like you said, a lot of good fights on the card. Another fight that a lot of fans are excited about, which is growing interest by the day, is the Andy Ruiz fight versus Jarrell Miller. Talk to us about that fight and what that could end up being like on fight night.
Yeah, I saw Miller in Miami. He was training over there, and Andy Ruiz
lost 50 pounds to prepare for the fight.
I saw Andy Ruiz too training, man. And fucking both of them are unbelievable. And it's the same thing. Both of these guys are trying to get that spot to fight for a world title. So that's another great fight that, you know, both of them are going to leave their heart in there, because they know that a win of tomorrow will take them to the next level for bigger and better things.
Talking about the next level, naturally I can't talk to you without talking about El Monster, the Mexican monster, David Benavidez. David Benavidez now activating his mandatory spot at 175 pounds, wanting the winner of B-Ball versus Beterbiev. Talk to us about the decision to not stick around at 168 pounds and go pave your own way.
Yeah, we've been waiting for almost 3 years trying to fight for the title at 168, but it doesn't look like nobody's going to take those belts away from Canelo. But I think the IBF took
did strip Canelo.
Yeah, they did do that. Unfortunately, you know, we don't have a relationship with them, you know. Otherwise, we would have tried to fight for that belt too. But
if they're watching, would you guys be interested in fighting for the vacant IBF title?
For any belt, you know. We would love to have the opportunity to fight with Canelo Alvarez. He's just asking for too much money, $200 million. I think that's a lot of money. Maybe 75, 100 is doable, you know. Maybe people can put that money. But, you know, to be honest with you, man, we're at 175, man, you know. we're looking for other bigger and better things. I think Benavidez and Pitbull are very dangerous fights. Those are the fights that maybe we can try to make. And it looks like they don't have the power that Canelo has, and these guys will fight anybody. So I think it will be a great fight.
Canelo Alvarez signed to fight Berlanga. What do you think about that matchup coming
Well,
up
you know,
here
he
in
was saying
September?
that David didn't bring anything to the table. He hasn't done anything, but I guess Berlanga has done more than David, you know, in order for him to pick him. But I think just Canelo right now, he's just trying to get the fighters that he thinks that he's going to look good against. I mean, no disrespect to Berlanga. Anything can happen. He might pull up a big upset, but you know, on his progress and fights, we've been seeing that he hasn't been developing that experience, you know, like Munguia. So Canelo sees that, so he thinks that that's an easy win for him. But anything can happen, you know. I'm happy, and I congratulate Berlanga for that fight. And everybody has a chance when they go up in the ring. But in my opinion, I think that Canelo team think that they could look good and maybe even stop him.
David Morrell making his debut at 175 pounds has voiced interest in fighting your son as well. What do you think about David Morrell's
That's
chances for this
another
week?
great fighter. Morrell's a great fighter too, with a lot of experience, and I think that fight is coming pretty soon. And I think I'll tell you right now that fight is going to happen. And we're with the same promotion company, and it's just a matter of time with the promoters and them, you know, to see when they're going to make that fight. But I think it's coming pretty soon.
What do you think happens when David Morrell and David Benavidez cross paths?
I believe that David has more experience. David's stronger than Morrell. Nothing to take away from Morrell. He's a guy that has a lot of experience in the amateurs, but in the professional, I think he's getting better and better. But I think at this point, David could probably stop him, like in a 7 or 8 round.
Well, there you have it, fight fans. On the heels of the weigh-in between Crawford and Madrimov, Mr. Benavidez, thank you for your time. This is Marcus Hayes with Fight Hub TV.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother. Really